Okay, guys, I thought I'd pause here real quick, taking a little lunch break. It's a good time for a video. Plus, I wanted to point out that um, this is the mechanism I was telling you about that's in your handlebar. When I said throttle by wire or drive by wire, some people say, it's not a cable, it's an actual electrical wire, where there used to be cables on here, one on each side, and they'd spin back and forth. The whole mechanism would turn. Now your grip has teeth in it, and it ratchets on these teeth, and then this mechanism has really spring loaded. That thing turns, and then the signal goes down to the computer, and that's what actually operates your throttle now. So anyway, the point of all that is that wire is through this bar, and then it comes out down here at this opening. So you have to switch that over, and like I say, you want to be super careful. This thing is not cheap. I don't even want to talk about it. But you have to put that into your new bar. And also we're going to put in, we're going to run the other wires through the bar as well. So anyway, so far I noticed this 2017 is different than I guess maybe the 14s and 15s or something, but like this plug is different. You don't have to take the plug off. It does fit through the bars, but what I noticed a good thing to do is I always put a chaser on it. Not a whiskey chaser, but a wire chaser. So these wires you see here in my left hand, I'm wiggling, were sticking out of this hole. And I wrapped a little piece of this stainless steel wire, and then I pulled the wires out. Because what happens is when you get up here, there's a dimple. See that dimple in the bar? And if you're not careful, you'll be pulling them out and they'll get stuck right there, and you can't get them forward or backwards, and you're screwed. Once again, you damage this thing and you just wasted a bunch of money and a bunch of time. So anyway, little thing there I noticed, and I wanted to explain when I talked about throttle by wire or drive by wire, however you want to say it. I just thought it'd be a good time to explain that. So here's the difference between the stock bars and the 12-inch. Of course, they're laying down. So there's I'm not sure yet about this, but some say you need them and some say you don't. So when he said he was getting 12-inch, I said, let me look it up. I look it up, and they say you didn't need them. But then when I saw when I was Googling it, I saw on some forums and so forth that people said in the very end, they realized that they needed them. So like I say, I'm seeing a little difference here in the years, because I think they say like 2014 and up is the same, but I'm not so sure about that right now. I'm seeing some differences. So one thing I did notice on this, for sure on this bike, is that they had this wire doubled over just like that, like you see underneath the riser, like that much extra wire. So I got a feeling they changed it sometime around 17, so you don't need the extensions, even though they say you do. So we'll find out, because the wire looks plenty long enough. I can't show you, I can't back up far enough here, but the wire looks plenty long enough to go through there. So anyway, that's another little thing that I wanted to mention. And so this is where we're at here, like I described before. Right now the fairings is up and tilted forward, and then I have it fastened back onto the bike so it can't move. And after I get that wire through the handlebars, my next objective is I've got to come in here and disconnect all this wiring so I can reroute these hydraulic lines. You got a brake line, and back here you got a clutch line, and you have to reroute them to get enough slack to get them up so the 12-inch, the new difference in the height they can reach. So that's going to be my next objective. And one thing I like to do, this looks a little crazy, but it works really well, is instead of leaving these large controls hanging down, you can leave your buttons, your electrical connectors just hang there, as long as you're confident and skilled enough not to bang them around. You can just leave them. But these, what I like to do is protect the tank. I've got 3 layers here. I've got microfiber, terry cloth, and then I have some shop towels even on top of that. But what I do is crisscross them on each side of this console that's under here, and then zip tie them together, and they actually hold each other they can't go anywhere, and I can go under here and yank on them lines and everything, and they just stay right there. So that works better. I see people leave them dangling and they bang around, but the real reason is I just don't believe in hanging a hydraulic reservoir upside down below, you know, the device it's operating or anything like that. So this is just one way to do it. You may think differently, and that's fine, but that's how I do it. It's very successful. So this is where I'm at. The old bars are off. About to do some rerouting of some lines and wires, wire up those new bars, and get back to putting this thing back together. All right, guys, I appreciate you following along. Stay tuned for the rest of this episode here. And Dragon says, thanks for watching. Peace out.